morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little trading inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. Welcome to pre-owned month here at Allen Ram. I feel it is absolutely essential that we spend the entire month focused solely on pre-owned vehicles. It has been a volatile market for the last 2 years, and many salespeople have shied away from it. And listen, it makes sense. It's much easier to sell something for $10,000 over sticker that I have a line of people coming to buy than hunt the used lot for a car. But this needs to change because new gross is dropping and used is the place you're going to get it back. But you got to play it right. So this month, the focus is going to be giving you the tools to play it right by acquiring more pre-owned vehicles off the curb, not the auction, selling more pre-owned vehicles on your lot, and frankly, giving you the word tracks to bring more used customers through the door. For today, let's focus on the appraisal as a lead magnet that shows. But there's two things I need from you, managers, so let's pay attention here, okay? I need you to take care of these two things before anything happens. Number one, your team is going to be driving customers through the door looking for appraisals. It's your job to be accessible and ensure you have a process that makes getting the appraisal easy for your sales team and your customers. Call me if you need the process. Two, let's get back in the habit of lot walks. If we're going to be selling more used inventory, your team needs to understand what is on the lot, and they need your help to do that. So every morning after the morning meeting, take the sales team out to the lot. Put their eyes on the car that you need to sell. What are the vehicles that are on that lot that you need off? So, salespeople, coming back to you now. All right, so what are we going to say to this customer to get this lead magnet working? Here we go. Mrs. Polk, as you know, pre-owned prices have been like a roller coaster over the last year. Your vehicle is most likely the second most valuable asset you own. And here at Ram Motors, we want our clients to know the value of that asset as the market moves up and down. Because frankly, the way this market has been, people who track it are getting the most value out of their vehicle when it's time to sell. Our professional appraiser is here every day, and it won't take more than 15 minutes. And at the end, you'll know the true value of your vehicle. So tell me, when would be a good time for you two to get together? As a matter of fact, what are you doing right now? Simple. You're in control and taking the customer through a process and showing them the value of it. So who should you be talking to on this? Everybody, orphan owners, customers who bought from you prior to 2021, equity calls, referrals, and every fresh lead. And remember, your appraiser tends to pay more, sometimes a lot more. You don't want your customers to miss out. Once they're in the store and get the appraisal, depending on how the appraisal looks, you can be a hunter and move them through your sales process, or a farmer setting up another appraisal appointment 3 months from today. Managers, you know what you need to do to make this successful. Salespeople, you know what you need to say to make this successful. With fresh lead traffic down, go out there and make your own business, and pre-owned is the place to make it happen. Get out there and crush it. I'll see you next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. This morning's Saturday Spark is brought to you by the 2023 edition of Management by Fire. Are you ready to participate in the most impactful in-person automotive sales training event of the year? Are you ready to go from good to great? Then Management by Fire is for you. Visit managementbyfire.com or just give me a call. I'll give you all the information and tickets. Okay, back to the action. It's pre-owned vehicle month, and I was talking to a dealer partner of ours, and they recorded their second straight record-breaking February. Both records were set because of used car sales. The amazing thing is, last year at this time, used car prices were starting to drop through the floor. And today, as we stand here, March 2023, we're watching used car pricing pushing through the roof again. So how do they do it? Strong, consistent leadership that keeps their sales team focused on controlling the customer conversation, but most importantly, understanding the inventory. Salespeople don't sell used vehicles because they don't want to. They don't sell used Because they don't know or they don't understand how to work the inventory. Yeah, 100% this responsibility flows both ways, but your sales team needs eyes focused on the right objective. Most salespeople have their eyes focused on new. Why? Because the drumbeat that comes from the desk, upper management, the OEM, hell, the sign on the building screams new. But over the phone and with leads that are flowing right now, the customer wants to buy used. And why not? These cars have all the technology, they're just as reliable, and we are coming out of a pricing low, so everyone thinks they're going to get a deal. Okay? But prices are moving up and they're moving fast. So we got to take advantage of it now. So managers, you need to make sure your staff understands the inventory. Lot walks are a requirement. Don't come to me complaining I can't sell used when you can't even walk the lot for 15 to 30 minutes with your sales team. Next, where are you light on new inventory and where can you supplement that with your used? What new vehicles do you have 30-day supply or less of? For every one of those, you need a few pre-owned options that the staff knows they have as a go-to. Your staff will 100% be more confident knowing they have these options in their back pocket. I promise you. Next, are you on third-party lead sites? Of course you are. TrueCar, Cars.com, AutoTrader, Car Gurus, I don't care, the list goes on and on. But does your staff know what vehicles you have priced the best on those sites? They better, because those are the vehicles that you're going to get the most leads on. And I would want my team to know more about those vehicles than anything else on my lot. Low-hanging fruit, people. Finally, what vehicles do you need to get rid of? I know I watch you fall in love with these cars all the time. Will you stop it? Put a spiff on those cars, polish them up, put them on the front line, and get your team's eyes on them and get them out of here. Remember, as leads and shows are dropping, it is about bringing in a quality customer and taking control from first interaction. That's what gives you that quality customer. Don't forget, get that trade. I said prices are going up. Grab that inventory from your customers while it's still cheap. And enough with the auction. I'm sick of it. But more on that next week. Share this with your team this morning. Get out and crush it. We got 5 weekends in this March. Kill it. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where hopefully can give you a little trading inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. We are at a crucial moment in our industry, and only the disciplined and strong ready to sell again will survive. Management by Fire 2023 is here. Please don't miss this opportunity to give your good managers the chance to be great. Ping my cell, 917-279-6684 now before you start the day so we can crush 2023 together. Now on to the Spark. We ended 2022 with used prices down almost 15% off their COVID high. But since the start of the year, used prices have been moving up and up and up, and they're going to keep going that way. There's hardly any lease returns coming back to the market. Rental cars, they're not putting anything back. I'm driving cars with 50, 60,000 miles on them when I'm coming to visit my clients, okay? So we have that, and hey, good luck trying to find something halfway decent under $20,000. They just don't exist, but they're in your customers' driveways. It's used vehicle month, and with higher pricing, you need to capitalize on grabbing inventory now and cheap by stop going to the freaking auction. My role is to help you be ready for any scenario and stay recession-proof. There is no better way than to make sure we're using Allen's trade hook on every customer interaction. Specifically, I want you to focus on whether you buy a car for us or not, word track. With prices going up, we can cut back into this. Your team needs to be using this track when communicating with any potential customer. I don't care if it's on Facebook Messenger, chat, in the showroom, the service drive. This word track will help keep the customer engaged and build trust. And most importantly, make sure you're capitalizing on every trade opportunity. You can't let anything go to waste. Okay, the following 3 phrases, we're going to call them the 3 W's, I want your team to use with every customer interaction. What are you driving now? when was the last time your car was appraised, and whether you buy a car from us or not. And I hope you do, but even if you don't, absolutely give my professional appraiser an opportunity to look at your car. Because if they look at it, like it, and decide to buy it, we'll cut you a check for it, and you can spend that money anywhere you want. The 3 W's. Drill them with your team this morning and make sure they are using it on every single inbound, outbound, digital, social, showroom, and service customer interaction. This isn't an option. You need the cars at the right price. They are all in your database. The prices are going up. Take advantage. You need the 3 W's to get it. What are you driving now? When was the last appraisal? And whether you buy a car from us or not, and I hope you do, I promise you, the only thing you have to lose by not using the 3 W's on every single call is good, below, or at market inventory with no auction or transport fees. And frankly, need less recon because they probably serviced with you. Without capitalizing on every trade opportunity, the only place those cars are going to go is to your competitors. It's up to you. Do you want to help your competitors, or do you want to help yourself? Share this video with your team this morning, or make it into your own words. Either way, go get that inventory. I hope you crush it today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. All right, team, it's the last weekend of the month, and you know what that means. We're going to keep this meeting short, to the point, and focus on one aspect that's going to help you sell a few more vehicles that you just didn't plan on. And you know what the best way to do that is. We're going to focus on unsold showroom customers. When the month ends on a Friday, it's kind of like this cool gift, right? It gives us this amazing opportunity to spread the momentum of the final weekend into every day of the final week. The best way to do that is by focusing on customers we didn't sell. You could see it. Think about it. The customer buying cycle is much longer than it was 3, 4, 5 months ago. Pre-owned's back over 45 days. I'm seeing new vehicles pushing 90-day plus with a customer buying cycle. So we have to get used to this again. This is how it used to be, right? So this makes this manager unsold showroom call absolutely imperative. Remember, the hottest prospect to buy a car from your store today is the customer that left your showroom and did not buy. There's a huge opportunity to follow up with them and get them back in. Once your customer leaves your store, you lose the advantage, and you need to take it back. So we need to go back to what Alan always told us. The difference between making deals and missing deals is knowing what to say. And the fact is, most salespeople don't know what to say. And that's why they don't follow up with unsold showrooms, because they don't have the effective game plan and strategy. This is a manager's job. The customer needs another voice, a voice of authority to close this deal, but this is also a learning opportunity, managers. We have to have our salespeople sitting right with us. We're overcoming objections. They need to learn this. Unsold showrooms should be made twice a day, morning and evening. With some customers, they need to be done within hours of them leaving the showroom. We need to make calls this morning. So right after this meeting, every salesperson needs to bring you their lowest hanging B-backs, and pre-owns needs to be a priority. Now, managers, call the customer and teach by doing. Show how to control the call, connect the dots to get the real objection. Keep the client off the defensive, properly outlining the benefits of doing business with your dealership, and overcome the objections to get this customer back in the showroom. You're missing opportunities to do more business, but also educate your team. So you need to be convincing and confident. Show your team how you are always prepared to have one more thing right at the tip of your tongue that's going to help you sell more vehicles that you didn't plan on between now and the close. Let's focus on that unsold showroom customer and overcome their objections to sell more metal. We lay out the unsold objections and how to overcome them, pages 64 to 76 of your Adapt VT manual and in your file vault. Get out there and crush it today. I'll see you next week.